next time.
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Stranger, consider yourself lucky that I've been ordered to not open fire unless fired upon. I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. If you are not a loyal Protectorate subject, you will not cross this bridge. Be grateful I do not judge with such haste as my superior to the north, Brigadier Montelli. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty in his estimation. Any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. Betraying the Protectorate, using the Sovereign's name in vain, overindulging in food and drink, loafing, boasting, belching, and of course, colluding with wrongdoers. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
A lot more folks are gonna die if we don't catch up to DeVries. We have to consider our options, even the ugly ones. If these folks are deserving, maybe it's worth it.
I commend you for your eager interest. I think 2 traitors in particular. First is Ida Rutledge, a worker at Spire Grove. I once had utmost respect for her. We were, oh, damn it all, we were friends. When the Grove went silent during the invasion, I assumed she'd fought to the death as any subject would. But reportedly, she's not only failed to die, but is also teaching the enemy soldiers how to use the equipment. Conspiring against us. Such treachery is unconscionable. The second traitor I seek is Charlton Weintrott of Westport. He is, unfortunately, my cousin, and most assuredly a disgrace to our line. He too failed to die defending his home during the invasion alongside the other residents of Westport. They'll be seen to in time. But Charlton, well, I must deal with him personally. Oh, how I anticipate wiping that smug expression off his face. Are these orders clear?
Hanging has been an effective means of execution dating back centuries. Its purpose is to administer pain and fear before expiration.
Your humor leaves much to be desired. But so long as you deliver what I seek, I will resist opening fire in retribution. Now go. Remember, once I have both traitors apprehended, you may cross the bridge. But beware if you step out of line. Other subjects may not be so generous with their deal-making as I. Farewell.
The research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri-Center. You must help me. You must! My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions. Find me in the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure. Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who can hear this? Yes, you! I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri-Center. You must help me. You must! My subordinates have become
Be
homicidal.
advised. Physiological cues indicate acute cantankerousness in nearby armed guards.
Help me formulate a cure.
A stealthy approach is suggested.
Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who can hear this? Yes, you! I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri-Center. You must help me. You must! My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions. Find me in the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Hello?
Check enemy light just turned on. How are you still upright over there? Moving in!
In the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure. Hello? Calling out to kill crazed passerby who can hear this? Yes, you. I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri Center. You must help me. You must. My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions. Find me in the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure.
Ready to waste them. On your command.
Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who can hear me. Yes, you. I am trapped inside the research lab.
Watch your vitals!
You must. My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions. Find me.
Your Valerie unit requires service.
Help me. Hello? Random kill. I am trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the Eden's Bounty Agri Center. My subordinates have become irritable, though remain accountable for their actions. Find me in the silo. Formulate. Hello? Calling out to any random. Hear this? Yes, you. I'm trapped inside the research lab at the former site of the
Confrontational state.
You must. Subordinates have become irritable, though unaccountable for their actions. Find me in the renovation. Help me formulate it.
Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Calling out to any random, non-kill crazed passerby who
His unit is currently unable to.
Over here! Free hole in the head! You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter!
Center. You must help me. You must. My subordinates have become homicidally irritable, though remain unaccountable for their actions.
Resuming hostilities.
Find me in the renovated grain silo. Help me formulate a cure. Hello? Calling out to any random, non-kill.
Heard something.
Heard something.
Confronting threat.
Place is in shambles. What happened here?
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since you arrived. You must be affected as well. Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being, unhindered by bloodlust, unshackled from their basal ganglia. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, under Outbreak Provision 5A, I hereby press you into service to aid me in our present crisis. I, Elmet Ormsby, Product Envisioner, Department of Proprietary Methodology and Audacious Advances, am your interim supervisor. Because I've squirreled myself away inside our test chamber for safekeeping? Well, I assure you my position as lead visionary of this innovative lab persists regardless. But back to the exciting news about this incredible new opportunity. You working for me, as an aide-de-camp of sorts, on a brief yet no doubt exhilarating assignment. Our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to future Auntie's Choice products. As per usual, we threw precaution to the wind. A local spore sample interacted with a wonderfully preservative-rich diet of Auntie's Choice personnel, inadvertently leading to a chance reaction causing profound irritability. To a somewhat homicidal degree, it would seem to appear. By that measure, our work here could be considered a moderate success. Well, it should all be rather straightforward, yes? I suspect we'd use a top-down indirect coronium synthesis method, don't you think? Oh dear. It's occurred to me this might benefit to some extent from medical training. Are you perhaps someone well-versed with pharmacological matters? Apologies. I do tend to assume everyone has a doctorate. No matter, if you are capable of following simple instructions, I'm sure I can guide you through it. Tremendous. Well then, before we roll up our sleeves and determine what's needed, any questions? Oh, my favorite topic. By all means, fire away. Our lab's focus is the utilization of local flora and fauna in development of commercial products and proprietary methods. Anything else before we set to it? We'll need 2 things: fresh samples of the red spores and the findings from the expedition that originally uncovered them. After that, an antidote should be possible in relatively short order, with your skilled assistance, of course. Spore samples may be taken from a red plant indigenous to an area of tall rock formations northwest of here. In ingeniously referred to as the Red Spire. The research team's findings are on a terminal in another building on these same grounds. A satellite lab to this one, if you will. Once we have an antidote firmly in hand, we can save my remaining colleagues, so best not murder them all in the meantime.
Typical Auntie's choice. Moving fast and breaking things.
Meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges
Well,
arise.
space is not shooting the water anymore.
Species can unbalance even the
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate.
keep informing on your neighbors.
Apologies, but I don't believe I should be discussing such matters with you without permission. Once you report to the Vigilant, I'd be happy to speak freely. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
Are you mentally refreshed? Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a
How empty are the lives of Auntie's subjects that they need to rely on consumerism to find meaning?
due to insufficient zeal in defense against... sabotage and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Consider finding a human companion if you seek conversation. This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction. Apologies,
Well,
this unit
it's infected.
station.
Redstone arrives soon, we'll have to start. You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. All right, well, don't let me keep you.
Of course, it's part of the Sovereign's plan. He floods our houses, which makes more habitat for fish, which offers us more to eat, which gives us the strength to build new houses. But then, how do I cook the fish?
Right now, the paradigm needs our houses underwater. Hopefully it'll need them dry again
Stranger.
someday, but until then, it's a short swing down.
matriarch appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintrott. Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly. Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aether Wave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
Well, you appear to be far more fluent with Sentinel procedure than I. Veiled implication understood. If you'll excuse me, I best return to my work tasks. If you were a Sentinel, or in some Sentinel-adjacent role, I'd of course be honored to have you inspect my belongings. Unfortunately, my house is currently besieged by Crabbles. In any case, back to it.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees.
Sabotage.
Initiating.
Doctrinatory falsity. Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Ah, the Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around?
Social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it.
Whew. That is, I meant to say, through his beneficent guidance, and bid you good day.
I can usually tell when a fella's up to something and that fella's up to something. Might be nothing serious, but we ought to poke around and find out what. Just in case.
Community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the Sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work isn't strenuous.
Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite...
You reckon individualists ever get tired just thinking about themselves?
Prudence dictates.
They're letting anyone who wants to train at the Arbiter's facility.
But the paradigm says we're to spend our lives in a predetermined...
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system.
Fine quote. My favorite is, we must route all disruptive factors into civilians.
But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
to offset any minor disruption.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Engaging combat protocols.
Record states as follows. All
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprag race. Just didn't account for all these Kremls. Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crab will skedaddle, or maybe open the door and bolt.
No, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point.
Nah, it's a great idea.
Niles. Howdy, Zed. You look... well.
Always put your hands on other people's things. Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zed, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble. No. I only dealt with the bloody aftermath. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you over with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zed?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope the ship also takes its time arriving, and that my friend's pain threshold withstands any attempts to soften them up for the consul. I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic. repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds.
The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them.
Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes.
led to terrible suffering, poor tears.
Look who's back.
Benevolent hand of the Sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all
Seeing
enjoy
Zeb
the
again went different than I expected. Not that I had high hopes for tears and confetti, but damn.
community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night.
Yes and no. There's a shadow over him wasn't there before. A meanness. It's difficult to describe. Even tougher to be on the receiving end. Maybe I ought to apologize straight away. But I'm not convinced I did the wrong thing, leaving. Had I stayed, who knows? Likely I'd have gotten us both killed.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant.
I wasn't... Yes, Commander. Was there anything else you needed?
Together.
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
The matriarch chose Eden because she as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and
The Outlander I spoke with before. What brings you back around?
natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it,
Why, that's wonderful. I'm actually quite relieved a fellow customer like yourself somehow saw through my carefully maintained act. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons or the base individualists within.
I am not familiar, though that does sound like one of their products. I refer to the ones for Purpleberry Crunch brand cereal. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
Minor disruption.
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell.
Are you mentally refreshed?
I normally might, but my cousin, the warden there, freely enjoys stringing up Auntie's Choice sympathizers, and Marilyn would grant no reprieve to family.
As follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang.
Enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Oh, did you have another mission in mind? One especially designed for my unique talents?
Epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed.
Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
Societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant.
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
Of the Sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the
I just imagine it. A new life full of breakneck decision-making and fending for oneself. But no, while I have acquired a distinct craving for certain Auntie's Choice products, I remain a good, loyal, protectorate subject at heart, if not in stomach. Hate to dash everyone's hopes. Suppose I am still part of the herd.
Take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the Sovereign.
You do that? Really? No, I do not believe your dissemblage. A true go-getter would never resort to such tactics. I see right through it, plain as day.
We must all fulfill our duty to the Protector.
Of course. Toodaloo!
Together.
Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils?
And fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources.
If I am not the person for it, I would be most surprised. Do tell.
The matriarch working with and through the
Ugh, my uncle's child. That side of the family is obstinate and mean. No, I'd hardly risk life and limb trying to convert her.
bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise.
That seems neither prudent nor wise. I value my neck and do not intend to hang.
Robust ecosystem, like those nettlesome raptidons.
Oh, did you have another mission in mind? One especially designed for my unique of course. Toodaloo!
The system abides. But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing your neighbors. Prudence dictates we give extra for now.
Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage.
Hey there, go-getter. Why, hello again. Any new business to discuss involving secret sympathies and sugary spoils? As a recent convertee to Auntie's Choice, I'd be honored to share my maverick individualist perspective. Well, I can tell you someone who thinks he's important. Pinckney. Ever since he became interim chief mechanist, he's been crying day and night about that generator. If anything happens to that thing, I worry for his mind.
We're constantly out of balance.
Of course. Toodaloo!
Depletion of resources and lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy
You've returned.
This is all going perfectly according to the paradigm, I guess. I just can't wait for it to be going
My boss
more
Prudence
perfectly again.
dictates we leave the burden of thought to our betters.
we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Ibarra, you failed to take your daily supplements 3 days in a row.
Vitamins are a vital tool in aiding wound healing and achieving your long-term health goals.
We've talked about this, Val. A polite errand folks private health information in front of others.
If oral capsules are not your preferred delivery method, suppositories may be a viable alternative.
All right. I'll take the damn supplements. The normal ones. And maybe I'll examine your courtesy settings while I'm at it.
Commencing combat-related activities.
Just give the signal.
Engaging combat protocols.
No, Jackson, don't! Don't fret. With these boots, I can fly! Help! Are you breathing? Say something!
Oh, I can't believe he jumped that way.
Sir, I know this isn't the time, but are they gonna put us to the gallows for this?
What? No. That ain't how we operate in Auntie's Choice, Liza. We might be looking at a pretty fierce demotion for losing half our workforce and getting stuck up here, though.
Demotion to fertilizer?
No. Now cease your jawing. This ain't the time. Hey, you! You down there! Would you mind checking on our fellow? Might he have survived the fall? Tragically, yes. If you gaze beneath us, you'll find a slew of blood and gore in the gears of this platform's articulating arm. That's Ida. She jumped there as we ascended. I can't fathom no sensible motive. She joined us shortly after Auntie liberated her with the freedom of meritocracy, and she seemed happy enough.
Were you not listening? She said she'd always be a loyal subject. It was part of the endless inculcation we endured in the Protectorate. It can prove insurmountable for some.
The notion that she'd sacrifice herself, even after seeing the vast possibilities in staying alive and climbing the corporate ladder, it's just impossible to cognize. No, wait! Please! You can't just leave us up here to die! Well, that's calamitous. I suppose we'll be here starving to death if you change your mind.
Oh, you're by our crop of Brachythecium rotabulum. They're found in bandages and burn tinctures. If you don't have that drive overloader, assessing may be a waste.
That's it? That was some impressive climbing. Poor Jackson could have learned a thing or two from you. Starting with the right direction to jump, I suppose. We've been stuck up here for quite some time. Since poor Ida, well, she was one of the Protectorate defectors underneath me who opted for a rewarding life of self-determinism. Or at least I thought she was. As we reached the full height of this picker, she opted to throw herself into the gears and strand us up here. We just need you to take that drive overloader you found and insert it into the control panel. That'll give us the power to, power through the obstruction in the lift. Wonderful. Get us down, and I'll happily compensate you in accordance with standard Auntie's Choice urgently improvised extortive standards. Oh, thank the law. I never thought of myself as a vertiginous sort, but being trapped 100 meters in the air will make you reconsider.
I mirror that sentiment, to be certain. In fact, Auntie will have to pay me triple if heights are to be involved. And isn't it grand to be in a system that allows me that freedom?
What do you mean? You're already getting our urgently improvised extortive rate. Ha! Fair enough, stranger. What with the day's festivities, I imagine all our cerebellums are mighty strained. Here's your reward for evacuating us with all our parts intact. I perhaps ain't as awash in currency as I'd prefer, so you can have my helmet as well. It was useful for identifying crops we'd missed in our harvest. But to be honest, I'd like a little distance from plants for a spell.
You're really something else, stranger. Thank you for getting us down.
I see you have not brought my cousin to heal. Have you at least seen about Ida? What? How do you know this? Did she? That is heartening. But intent alone shall not suffice. Do you have proof that she followed through? Let me see that. Yes. Yes! This does appear to be hers. Unfortunately, there are reports of the Harvester having been repaired in the wake of her sabotage. Though her triumph may not have endured, it was a good effort nonetheless. Should Montelli deign to interrogate me for my associations, I'll be certain to inform him of her patriotism. This displeases me. Sabotage is only as good as the further suffering inflicted once its victims know the truth. Though I suppose a minor inconvenience is also acceptable. I'm thankful for the report. Now I just require my fool of a cousin in hand. Be on your way.